It's Independence Day, the 4th of July, the day that we celebrate in America, where some people have freedoms and some of our ancestors did not. But today we have freedom to be away from these men's. And so today I'm going to once again bring you some faces whose opinions match. This is your blanket trigger warning that many of these faces will be quite unfortunate. And ladies, it is up to us to be the reflection that they refuse to look at in the mirror. Here we have Henry Petty with a very short sentence. He says, yeah, because if you don't tooey, he will find someone who will. Now let's see the face connected with that very simple sentence. This is Henry, y'all. Please draw your attention to the white marks that I created. I did that because how dare he have this much curvature with that kind of sentiment? How dare he? Look at that smile. You know he is not getting anywhere close to a person saying "hak tui" unless it's like literal a loogie. He needs to cut it out and quit playing. So we have a makeup tutorial where some woman is talking about contouring in makeup. So then Ian responds, paper bag would have been quicker. And then someone encourages him, yeah, you better wear one. And then Ian says, so obviously a filter, but her skin in general is so bad. Probably a smoker, but I think you need two bags. The thing is, Ian, speaking about someone being a smoker and having bad skin, obviously must have some exquisite skin and some routine. Let's see what Ian looks like. This is Ian, y'all. I told y'all these faces and their opinions match. It's like, where do they get this level of nerve to speak? Where do they get it? Because we need just a smidgen of it. And like I said, we have got to be the reflection back to them. He is literally looking like a thumb, a wrinkled thumb with sprouts of hair. Where do these people get off? Like, he looks like what he's talking about. Just put a paper bag on top of his thumb head. Okay, so the person that posted this says this comment was under a reel making a joke about how awful it is marrying for love versus marrying for money. Okay, Robert says this. And y'all wonder why we have dropped out of dating and relationships and not wifing y'all up anymore. Hey, the bear will take care of y'all. I'm sure he would love to spend money on a bunch of bitter, selfish, self entitled, self centered, shallow women. I feel sorry for y'all's husbands and so glad I'm not trapped in a dying relationship with any of y'all. All y'all want to do, all y'all want is the money and would rather complain about it than help him build in the relationship. Pathetic. Robert has had enough of you women. And in one part, he's talking about y'all's husbands. And then in another part, he's talking about getting with the bear. He's so upset that he can't even continue the thought process throughout the same with some consistency. That's how upset you bitter, selfish, self-entitled, self-centered, and shallow women got him. Y'all got him flustered. And here we have another thumb with chin whiskers. This is a thumb with chin whiskers. That is precisely. And why is his ears are like half the size of his head? That is amazing how his ears have stretched like someone pulling a rubber band and stretching it out. So now we have this caption. Mark and John are two prime examples of there's no hate like Christian love. And so Mark Roy says, an evil woman says, I'm pregnant, but I'm too young. What about my education, my career? Me. And so she unalives the baby. And then John says, if she was so worried about education, she would have spent more time opening the books and less time opening her legs, close them legs. That is what John and Mark have to say. Here's Mark looking like a thumb with some sprouted brown hair, or maybe a chia pet, but his face just shows so much Christian love just emanating through it. I know that he is a beacon of light that brings people into his congregation and into his faith. Obviously not. I'm joking. And then we have John. John is looking like a thumb with a hat. For some strange reason, many of these people look like thumbs today. Someone put a little miniature hat on his thumb, looking at, like, look at this. Y'all can't tell me that this does not look like John. There are so many wild groups on Facebook. So apparently, there is a group called Feminism is Cancer, FIC. This is the post. Let's start up a new trend in terms of marriage. Say no to highly educated women. Say no to female university student. I don't believe that that's a new trend, but that's what they say right here because they literally only have a couple of talking points. They have to keep recycling the same ones. And so Fong says, Fong, okay, keep in mind, this is obviously a foreign person. His name is Fong. He says the amount of simps in this comment is astounding. No wonder people always say weak men create hard time. That's probably the reason why the West population is on the decline, since the West is so gynocentric and has to rely on immigrants to stable the population. That is rich coming from someone named Fong talking about the West and the West population, considering the way many countries in Asia are plummeting. The birth rate is plummeting in many of these places. And obviously, this man is using the exact same talking points. I say that to say the dust is global, obviously, but they use the exact same words. It's like they all have 5 talking points no matter where they are in the country. Fong Lu talking about Sims and talking about the West and our population when I keep talking about the birth rate in many of these countries over in Asia. Here's Fong Lu, and there is a reason why this person looks. I mean, he seems kind of bitter. And, he should be upset with his government that has the gender imbalances and so many more males than females. He's mad at feminism and now he's mad at simps or whatever. And it's not our fault, Fong. You should direct your ire to those people who, you know, decided to delete so many women. That is the problem. But it looks like you might be headed that way with the softness of the cheekbones and all that. So maybe you are headed that direction, but that's not for me to say or judge. Love is love. Get you some. It might turn that bitterness, it might turn that frown upside down. Okay, so we have a text message thread. Reggie says, hey, hey. And then this person says, hey. Reggie says, so what's up? Can I have your number to call you? And this person says, no. Reggie says, wow, that's how you feel, big head. Okay, keep your number. I see why you by yourself. Get a damn makeover, ugly ass. You better be glad someone says something to your fat, funny built, ugly ass and get some new wigs for your big ass head. And then he flips her off. Now, what he didn't do in this is use any punctuation outside of this, that. There was no commas, no periods. She dodged a bullet with this. He has a complete run-on paragraph, no sentence breaks. So maybe she's just like, I could already feel that he doesn't have grammar and that's not for me. So all she said was laughing my butt off. But let's just repeat that. He says, wow, that's how you feel, big head. Okay, keep your number. I see why you by yourself. Get a damn makeover, ugly ass. You better be glad someone says something to your fat, funny built, ugly ass and get some new wigs for your big ass head. He really needs to be a little bit more creative, but I doubt that that could ever happen. So here's the picture they provided. Obviously, it's fuzzy, it's not clear at all, but it's clear that this person he's not particularly nice, he's not particularly caring, and he doesn't know how to use commas and periods, and that really irks my soul. Now that I look at this looks like a brown thumb with some facial hair. There has definitely been a theme that I did not do purposely. There are quite a few thumbs. Many of these people look like thumbs, and that is probably why they are so angry. That is the problem. Thumbs marrying thumbs and making babies with thumbs and creating these angry thumb men. All right, y'all. It's the 4th of July. Come laugh with me. Let me know, what do you think about this collection of unfortunate faces? Jump in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.